Hello there, and welcome to the latest of my thought for the Times. Well, that was a bizarre night last night. Um, I'm sure, like many of you, like many of you, I've been struggling with sleep and getting a regular pattern of sleep, and tend to find myself going through a bit of a rhythm of a couple of not very good nights, and then a good night's sleep when I seem to make up. Last night was not the best. There were two reasons for it. The first, slightly frivolous and bizarre, was that Jenny and I found that our milk has been building up. We've been having 4 pints every other day. And so the plan yesterday was to cancel the milk, and I forgot. And that meant that the fridge, we've got a delivery coming this morning, the fridge was going to be absolutely crammed. Um, the milkman comes normally about 2 o'clock in the morning, and for some bizarre reason, as he drove up, I woke up, jumped out of bed, opened the window, and shouted out, "Hello there!" And it nearly gave him a heart attack, and he dropped the milk he got. And I said, "Was it okay if we didn't have milk today?" And he said, "Of course, that was fine." So at 2 o'clock in the morning, that was it. But the reason I woke up so easily was I've actually been chosen to take part in the tests, the COVID tests that are done randomly to see if people have got it or not. And I'm 99.999% that I haven't got it and have never had it. But I had to do the test this morning and was told that the courier could come anytime between 8 and 6. I have just, as I was coming on, received a text message telling me it will be between 11:40 and 1:40. Well, that would have been nice to know because the test said that I had to take it out. I had to do the swab test the day that the person was coming. So I thought, okay, well that means that I need to be ready in case the person comes at 8 o'clock having done it. So I set my alarm for 10 to 7 this morning. But having done that and having normal routine of waking up when I wake up, which is normally between 6 and 7 o'clock, um, I set the alarm. And so as I'm going to sleep, my last conscious thought was, I must wake up, I must wake up. And as a result, well, basically, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I hadn't really been asleep at all. So came downstairs after the milkman had been, because of course the excitement of talking to the milkman meant that was it for any attempts to try and get to sleep, and did my test at 2:40 this morning and went back to bed. Eventually got to sleep. I want to leave with you or give you a story from the Gospel of Mark. It's the story of Jesus calming the storm, and it goes like this. That day, when evening came, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." And leaving the crowd behind, they took him along, just as he was in the boat. There were other boats there with him, and a furious squall came up. And the word behind this word, furious squall, actually means a waterquake, an earthquake on the water. And the waves broke over the boat so that it was nearly swamped. Jesus was in the stern, sleeping on a cushion. The disciples woke him and said to him, "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" So he got up, rebuked the wind, and said to the waves, "Quiet, be still." Then the wind died down, and there was complete calm. And he said to his disciples, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" That tells me two things. It's telling me that I need to be speaking to myself, that Jesus is with me. He's able to sleep when he needs to sleep and to be awake when he needs to be awake. And the storms around him, or the storms around me, don't distress him, not because he's distant from them. The Bible tells us that when we as Christians suffer, Jesus suffers with us, but he's with us and he knows when's the right time to sleep and when not. And he encourages me to have faith in him. But over and above me speaking to myself to have faith, what I found as a source of comfort to me this morning, when I eventually did get back to sleep, was I just said, "Jesus, speak your word of peace to me." And this phrase, Jesus saying to the storm, "Peace be still," was the one that came to me. It's a very powerful word. It's a word of control and of peace. And I want you, at your times of difficulty, to recognize that, yes, your sleep patterns probably are going to go up and down. And that's the way it is. And our body has a way of making us catch up eventually. But above that, the Good Shepherd is with you in these times of difficulty. And what we need above all else is to hear those beautiful words from his lips to us personally, which I promise you he wants to give. Peace, be still. When he appeared to the disciples, he said these words, peace I leave with you, my peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, give I unto you. Let not your hearts be troubled, neither let them be afraid. May the God of peace be with you all. Amen.